we go. She's so pretty. She looks just like her mom with a little bit of her dad. Very happy for them. Best trolls go to a DBZ forum and say, GT is canon. I was gonna say she looks so much like her mom. Yes, she looks so much. She looks just like her mom, and she's got a little bit of Johnny Depp in there. Better lock your doggy door. Jody Ayers is in jail. I think I'm good. Y'all better not sick her on me, okay? Silent. So, next topic that we're gonna jump onto Lily Rose Depp. I just want to see what she says about Amber Heard, or maybe about the trial. So let's just read the whole thing. Oh, she's so pretty. Looks just like her mama. Is she a what do you call it? Does she have like sponsorship with Chanel or something? She got all Chanel stuff. Jocelyn is the machine. Jocelyn gyrates. Hold on a second. Wait. Oh. Wait, is Lily Rose gonna be in the entertainment industry? Or has she always been in the entertainment industry? Jocelyn is a machine. Jocelyn gyrates like a tilt-a-whirl and favors spangled outfits that looks like they're being held together. Oops. By dental floss. Underboob. Throngs paparazzi. Nightclubs. I told you guys, underboob is the best boob. Underboob over side boob over boob. Underboob's the best. Throngs paparazzi's, nightclubs, cocaine, and SMM feature prominently in her lifestyle, at least if the trailer for HBO's upcoming blockbuster series, The Idol, is anything to go by. Is she gonna be in it? Jocelyn also couldn't be further from the self-effacing woman I'm speaking to, who, A, apologized for being a few minutes late to her interview because she's dealing with gastrointestinal challenge like cat, and B, goes on to note how important punctuality is to her. Oh my god, she's respectful to other people's time. Love it. Later today on the set, she'll transform back to the vampish pop star, but right now at her mom's place in Los Angeles, Lily Rose Depp is dressed down in a plain black camisole. Oh my god, she's gonna be in HBO. Oh, I'm so excited. I gotta watch it. The only thing that she seems to share with the character is a sultry voice, which sounds as if a jewel took human form. Huh? Jewel the vape pen? Or is that the analogy that they're making? But when she stepped up into Jocelyn's platform stilettos, she's only 23 years old. What the fuck? The 23-year-old model and actress found that singing and memorizing choreography weren't the biggest challenges to completing her pop princess metamorphosis. It was more about understanding how alone you can feel, even when everyone's watching you, Depp says. Think of the moments of mundane heartache that runs beneath the surface of otherwise glamorous lives. Katy Perry, sobbing under the stage in Katy Perry, Part of Me. Madonna taking her time from her Blonde Ambition tour to visit her mother's grave in Madonna, Truth or Dare. Or any paparazzi footage in Britney Spears circa 2007. The titular idol of a series co-created and executive produced by Sam Levinson. Oh, of Euphoria! Whew, Euphoria. I have a hate-love relationship with Euphoria. Fucking love Euphoria. Also fucking hate Euphoria. Abel Tesfaye, a.k.a. The Weeknd, Reza Fahim, isn't explicitly modeled after any of these women, though Depp does name-check Madonna, Spears, and Mariah Carey as reference points. There's nothing more fun to me than sinking my teeth into something and trying to understand it through and through, she says, adding that she also looked beyond the concert arena for inspiration to old Hollywood figures like Jean Tierney and Lauren Bacall, as well as the across-the-pond counterparts John Monroe and Romy Schneider. Depp doesn't share slow eyes with those classic stars. She has a similar craving for mystique. Wait. What is this photo shoot with the VR stuff? Oh, man. Her predilection for privacy isn't surprising. Fame is something she's had to spend a life grappling with as a daughter of Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paradis. Growing up, my parents protected my brother Jack and me from it as much as possible. Man, they just sound like really good parents. Oh, I'm so jealous. I know my childhood didn't look like everyone's childhood, but it's also a very particular thing to deal with, but it's also the only thing that I know. Similarly, she's chosen to avoid commenting on recent headlines about her famous father. When it's something that's so private and so personal that all of a sudden becomes not so personal, I feel really entitled to my secret garden of thoughts. I also think that I'm not here to answer for anybody, and I feel like a lot of people in my career, people have really wanted to define me by the men in my life, whether that's family members or boyfriends, whatever. And I'm really ready to be defined for other things that I put out there. Good for her. Even though Depp's mother is a huge star in her native France, Paradis' kids mostly got to see her as mom. It was really cool for me and my brother to see our mom being the ultimate comforting and loving person, but also having such a rich, full life of her own. Watching her go on stage and sing for thousands of people, and just to be so in her zone and in touch with herself and her art. As a little kid, Depp idolized her mom to the point that she asked her what she was going to wear that day, then pull a similar look out of her closet so she could be her mom's mini-me. With this new role, Depp is again following in her mom's chart-topping footsteps. Though confronting fame as an adult has been a weird thing to navigate, she admits, it's different experiencing it firsthand rather than by proxy. I guess it's something that I have to make my own way with. She delineates the distinction between real-life Lily Rose and her more reserved public self. I say real life as if there are two realities, Depp adds, though for her, there almost are. With friends, she's an open book, she says. But I've been raised in a manner that has taught me that privacy is something that's important to protect. She doesn't have Twitter because I don't feel like there's anything I want to say that I can't say through my work. And her Instagram is a sedate chronicle of her past and upcoming acting projects and Chanel ads. Oh, so she is with Chanel. She's been an ambassador for the brand since 16. Oh, wow, that's really cool. She went into her acting career with the idea that I'm here to do my job, that I really want to put out the world is my work. Playing Jocelyn has not only caused her to think more critically about the trade-offs that inevitably comes with public scrutiny. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, because when you're an artist, you make things in the hope that they're going to connect with somebody. But then it also comes with the things where people feel like they know you, even though they don't. She says, I'm not here to give myself to the world to be eaten alive. When strangers approach her in public, she fears not for her safety, but that they're going to think I'm really weird or rude because I'm just really shy and kind of anxious. And unfortunately, the anxiety has not dissipated with age and experience. The older I get, the weirder I become around the whole conversation. That's why I like to do my work and put as much of my heart into it as I can, and then retreat back into my real life and just be a normal person. On social media, the discomfort is magnified. People think you're a video game character and they say all these horrible things about you and they would never say to your face. True. I think we feel a little too protected by our screens. True! Increasingly, especially for the generations, that there's little difference between the two. We spend a lot of time on the internet and you start to feel like it's a parallel universe where people in the public eye are just an animal in a zoo or a statue. And you can say whatever the F you want to them, even though you wouldn't say it in person. People get really ballsy because when they think nobody's looking or reading, and so I try not to read the comments because no matter what you do, you're never going to please everybody. I can work my butt off to put work out there that I'm proud of and I hope people will connect with. But there are also going to be some people who don't like me or have a problem with me or think that I'm stupid, ugly, whatever. At the end of the day, what really matters to me is my family and friends and loved ones think of me. Speaking of internet opinions, she has heard about the whole Nepo baby conversation. What is that? She laughs dryly. I'm familiar. Depp sounds resigned to it, which is maybe all one can be in her situation. The internet seems to care a lot about other kind of stuff. People are going to have preconceived ideas about you or how you got there. I can definitely say, oh, like a nepotism baby. Like they're saying that like the only reason why she's famous or whatever is because of her dad. Is that what we're getting at? And I can definitely say that nothing is going to get to the part except for being right for the part. You know, there are a lot of famous people out there who have children, and the children try to make it in, like, you know, into the movie world, modeling world, whatever. And if you don't got it, you ain't going to stay relevant. So it certainly does help propel you to get there and give you the opportunity. But you're not going to continue, you know, getting opportunities if you're not really right for it. The internet cares a lot more about who your family is than your people who are casting you in things. Maybe you get your foot in the door, but you still have your foot in the door. There's a lot of work that comes after that. That's what I was just saying. She does find it interesting, however, that she rarely hears anyone refer to a man as a Nepo baby. It's weird to me to reduce somebody to the idea that they're only out there because it's a generational thing. It doesn't make any sense. If somebody's mom or dad is a doctor and the kid becomes a doctor, you're not going to be like, well, you're only a doctor because your parents are a doctor. Sometimes I do hear that, though. It's like, no, I went to medical school and trained. Ever careful, she's quick to add that she's by no means comparing her work to that of someone in the medical field. I just hear a lot more about women, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think I hear about men and women, though, but everyone has different experiences. Oh my God, hold on just a second. There's nothing in front of Amber's amazing. Hi, good to see you again. From England. Hi, Clint. How are you doing today? How's the weather over there in England? In one of the Idol trailers, Jocelyn says, there's nothing about me that's relatable. It's a refreshing one-liner in an age where we want our stars to be constantly available, accessible, down to earth, and maybe one aisle over from us at Target. What do we expect? Or, what's the other one again? TJ Maxx? What we expect from celebrities has become almost untenable, Depp observes. People want you to be larger than life, somebody they can aspire to be, to look up to, or to be like, or look up to, but also relatable enough to make them feel comfortable. I don't think people want to feel that far away from people they idolize, but they want to feel far enough away to look up to them, I guess. Same thing with like some like, because nowadays there's like YouTubers, like streamers, like Twitch streamers and all that stuff too. I feel like that's a lot of pressure that streamers feel with their bigger audience. That's where the Tierneys and the Bacalls came in. The stars of the time didn't shy away from the stardom. I mean, I don't know them personally, obviously, but when you watch their movies, they don't walk into the room and try to get down to everybody's level. That's an aura of confidence. We don't always expect our idols to be just like us. And I think that's an interesting conversation there about what we expect of them now. Depp's audition process for the show was pretty standard for pandemic times. Self-tape, Zoom, chemistry read with a male lead who just happened to be the weekend. She was genuinely stunned by the result. I did not think at all that this was going to go my way, she says. I know that everybody and their mother goes in for these things. She calls her casting the best surprise ever. I'll never forget getting that call. I still have all these pinch me moments all the time. I can't believe they wanted me to do it. She feels blessed to be working with the Levinson and the Tesfaye, two people who make me feel incredibly safe and protected, she says. I think it's difficult to do this kind of work that can be so vulnerable in so many different ways if you don't have a lot of trust between you and your collaborators. She considers Tesfaye, whose acting CV includes a cameo in, Uncut Gems. Did anyone here watch Uncut Gems? Surprisingly, very, very, very good. It was definitely a different type of role that you wouldn't expect of Adam Sandler, but I really like that movie. Right? That's Uncut Gems, right? Am I seeing something else? I think that's one with Adam Sandler. Very fucking good. I highly recommend it. And a few voice roles. A really good friend of mine who's had my back, she says. We've gone on this wild ride together. It was a first for the both of us in a lot of ways. As for Levinson, Depp sees him as a visionary. The way he'll come up with the things on the fly and just try things feels like the most beautiful, magical, creative playground that I've ever been on, she says. It's a beautiful process working with him because he draws from the person who's right in front of him. And when he already sees you as a person, he finds a way to weave that into your character. He has a really good eye for that. Levinson, however, credits the eagle eye of his wife, Ashley Levinson, who is an executive producer of The Idol, for finding the series star. The moment Ash saw Lily Rose audition, she said she was Jocelyn. It was true. She was sensational. HBO always has a lengthy audition process, but they knew it too. She also is one of the best collaborators you can wish for. She can act, she can sing, and her and Abel's chemistry is off the charts. For a series that prides itself on the provocative next, there's a appealing Mickey and Judy. Let's put in a show aspect to proceedings. At least Depp reports it. The group seemingly assembled by Mad Libs include Troy Sivan, Dan Levy, Jane Addams, and indie darling Rachel Sennott. You are going to dive when you see Rachel. Depp says, I effing love her. We're very close, along with the fellow Elle cover girl and real life pop star Jenny. So wherever a group of people who don't know each other, who are all different ages and come from different walks of life to mesh so well, she said. Everyone's energy really clicked. Depp also have won 2 film projects on the horizon. The Governess with the Hoyan and Renate Renez, blah, blah, blah. 2 actors who will be following up star-making roles in The Squid Game and The Worst Person in the World, respectively, and Nosferatu, opposite Bill Skarsgård. But in the calm for the storm of the HBO omnipresence, Depp is enjoying her quiet and very real life and experiencing something of a second adolescence at home with family and away from her home base of New York City. Oh, I'm so happy for Johnny Depp. It's like he's doing well right now. His daughter's doing very well. She's getting to the film industry. My brother and I are super close. It's been super cool to fight over what's in the fridge again and whatever, she says with a laugh. She's also catching up on her reading. I feel weird if I don't have a book, she says, calling it a safe thing to feel like I have another world that I can retreat to. She runs to fetch her current comfort read, Haruki Murakami's Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World. He's one of my favorite authors ever, and I started reading him in high school. I read a book by Haruki Murakami. It was called Kafka in the something. It was a very weird book. It was very interesting though. But yeah, very, very interesting. I don't even know how to describe it. I kind of did myself in the summer, she adds. I read Blue Nights by Joan Didion, and then I read The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I was on a blue thing, I guess, and both of the books were just so profound and beautiful and heartbreaking in their own ways. Norwegian Woods. I haven't read that one. I've only read one of his books. Cold Wet? Oh, horrible. Every time I watch your streams, I constantly get reminded how little television movies I watch. You're naming shows like GBC. Now it's DBZ. Chucky. Oh, wait. They did a remake of Chucky, didn't they? Oh, Kafka in the Shore. Yes, that's the one, Cecilia. It was a very interesting book. Did you say Nosferatu? We did. It's hard to reconcile the real life Depp with her books and sibling Tiff's and beloved cat with the character she's about to play on the small screen in the coming months. But the provocative, sexually charged nature of the show and the added scrutiny that comes with it doesn't intimidate her. I'm not interested in making anything puritanical. I'm not interested in making anything that doesn't challenge me or challenge other people, honestly. She says, I think this show is fearless, and that's something I've been really excited and proud to dive into. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Oh, so happy for her. So when is this going to air on HBO? I don't think maybe they're just in the editing process or filming process. Probably the filming process, right? I think did she recently find out that she was going to be in Jocelyn or be Jocelyn in the show? Upcoming, maybe it's coming up soon then. All right, they didn't really describe. Nobody knows how to describe that book. Yeah, it was like interesting. I don't know. It was I read it because it was recommended by someone and I was like, "Oh, this is a very interesting book." Yeah, I don't know. Don't know how to describe it. I have to read like a summary about it again. Since Corey, you made me watch it. Everyone go watch. Oh, The Skin I Live In, starring Antonio Banderas. Yes, I highly, highly recommend that movie. It is disturbing, but I like watching disturbing things. And if you guys don't mind disturbing things, definitely watch The Skin I Live In with Antonio Banderas. Oh my god, that movie is wild. Amber has a rare distinction being one of those celebrities where everyone has seen her grumpy. Ugh. You know, I feel so bad for the maids that fucking found it. It's just appalling. It's disgusting.